What's up, guys? Welcome back. Today I'm going to be covering 10 of the most bizarre anxiety symptoms. Go ahead and smash the like button down below if you're ready to kick anxiety in the butt. Leave me a comment down there as well. Let me know if you have dealt with any of these symptoms. You are not alone. Remember, guys, if you haven't taken advantage of 2 weeks of free online therapy, the link is in the description and in the first pinned comment. You can cancel before the 2 weeks if you're low on funds or if you are unsatisfied. But the point is, if you've never tried therapy, what are you waiting for? This is a perfect opportunity to get that experience for free. Also, guys, my anxiety coaching program, if you're interested in that, I can get that info sent to you. I just need an email from you. The email address is down below in the description and in the first pinned comment. Reach out, I'll get it sent right over to you. So guys, 10 of the most bizarre anxiety symptoms. There are a lot of bizarre symptoms out there, but I wanted to find the most bizarre, okay? So these are 10 of the most bizarre anxiety symptoms that I experience. And this is obviously, in my opinion, everybody's different. But the first one, guys, is brain zaps. Probably one of the most scary moments of my anxiety days is whenever I had my first brain zap, which I only had 2 or 3, but the first one was completely terrifying. It caught me off guard. I had a lot of alcohol the night before. The next morning, I was panicky, having all kinds of symptoms. I was in a rush. I was trying to go to a t-ball game. And as I was getting ready, out of nowhere, I had this weird spasm or brain shiver, electric shock. It's like the best way I could explain it. Everybody has their own way of explaining brain zaps, but it was like somebody was in there doing this with my brain. I remember falling to my knees, had my hands here, and I was like, oh my God, what the crap, you know, probably worse language than that. And I remember like immediately telling my ex, I was like, can you please call an ambulance? I'm dying, I'm about to die. That's exactly what I said. But as fast as it happened, it also went away very quickly. It only lasted a few seconds, which is the good news with brain zaps. They typically don't just last forever. But in that moment, I thought I was having an aneurysm or a stroke or something just had snapped. I don't know. I don't know what was going on, but it really freaked me out. Now, most people that deal with these are typically on antidepressants or trying to come off of antidepressants. The majority of people that deal with this report, brain zaps. But also, if you're very anxious like I was that morning, and obviously I was really revved up from drinking the night before, having a lot of panic, you can also have brain zaps as well. Many of you in the comments have talked about your experience with brain zaps. I have a whole video on that, so you can check that out. But it was very, very scary. Now, it's still a very mysterious anxiety symptom. There's not a ton of research or information. You can go do the research, but you're pretty much going to find what I have found. So it's like a spasm, a brain shiver, like a brain shake, brain jolt. They call them brain zaps. There's just many different ways of describing a brain zap. Number 2 is numbness. Now, this is also due to redirected blood flow. Now, whenever you're very anxious, blood is going to leave your extremities and go to your most vital organs and muscles. So basically your core, because in that moment, your body is trying to fight or flight, run away from something. So you need blood in your most vital areas. So whenever it leaves these guys hanging, you can have numbness. Number 3 is tingling, and number 4 is cold hands and feet. So with numbness, I would freak out. I thought I was having heart attacks. I thought I was having strokes. And of course, with me, my brain was very good at mimicking certain things like heart attacks. So my left side and left arm would go numb, would have me running to the ER many times, but you can have numbness in your face, your fingers, your hands, your feet, pretty much anywhere that's on the, the exterior of your body, you can experience this. Everybody's different, like I said, but usually it's on the extremities of your body. The next one, guys, is tingling. And of course, I would have the combination of numbness and tingling, which made me think even more so that I was having a heart attack or something was really wrong with me in that moment. But the tingling can happen again on your face, on your hands, your arms, your legs, but everybody's different. You could probably experience technically anywhere. But yeah, that's also due to redirected blood flow when you're very anxious. And the last one that's due to redirected blood flow is cold hands and feet. Many of you complain about having icy cold hands and feet. And this can run up your arm, this can be on your face. I remember my hands, my feet, and my nose being very, very cold when I was very anxious. Whenever there is less blood flow in those areas, again, because it's redirected to your core, there's less blood, so there's gonna be a drop in temperature there. So get you some gloves, put on some socks to deal with it. but that's probably the best relief you're gonna get aside from overall anxiety management. Now, number 5 is a very, very bizarre one. Luckily, I didn't have this all the time, but some of you poor folks out there are dealing with this a lot, and it's burning sensations, and this is due to overstimulated sensory nerves. Everybody describes this differently. It can be like a sunburn, it can just be nerve pain, very sensitive skin, shooting burning sensations, can pretty much happen anywhere on the body, but a lot of people deal with it on their face, their head, their hands, their arms, their legs. Tends to be extremities of your body, but burning sensation is a very scary one, and some people unfortunately deal with this 24/7. So overstimulated sensory nerves can cause that. Something else that overstimulated sensory nerves can cause is itchy skin. Also, if you have any other types of skin conditions like dry skin or eczema, psoriasis, please know that anxiety can and probably will make that a little bit worse. Also, anxiety can cause hives that are very, very itchy. I would have, luckily not a lot of hives, I would just have a couple, and one would always pop up in the middle of my chest whenever I would be very anxious, and it was very, very itchy. You can have rashes, which are also gonna be itchy as well. But people are either gonna have a burning sensation or the itchiness from the overstimulated sensory nerves, excuse me. Now, number 7, this is a very freaky one. Some people, again, they deal with this all the time. Luckily, this happened to me a handful of times, usually during my worst panic attacks, and that's depersonalization and derealization. Now, what happens with this is you're going into the freeze response. You're going past fight or flight. Your body just wants to be numb, it wants to shut down, and basically make the dangerous situation be more pleasant. But it's a very scary state to be in. Many different ways of describing this: a dreamlike state, a dreamlike world, seeing everything from a different point of view, everything being cloudy, feeling dissociated from yourself, being detached from your own body, reality not seeming the same, or it seems different. I remember the very first time I had a panic attack. I went into this after panicking for about an hour and a half. I guess my body had just had it. So I then went into the freeze response. Very, very scary. Very, very scary. It really made me feel like I was about to die in that moment. So if you're dealing with that, I'll also recommend that you go check out Jordan Hargrave. He's a awesome YouTuber, and he has a lot of videos on depersonalization and derealization, so check him out. Guys, the next one, number 8, is brain fog. Now, I have actually coached many people that deal with brain fog a lot. It makes them feel like they're losing their mind and going crazy. Well, I'll tell you this: if you can consistently question your sanity, then you are not going crazy. People that are going crazy do not even know it. So brain fog, there's many different ways of describing this, like all the other symptoms, but it can literally be like looking at the world through a different pair of sunglasses, or just glasses in general. Everything just seems hazy, everything seems cloudy. You can have memory loss issues. I remember I couldn't remember directions, I couldn't put names with faces, I couldn't remember movies. It was mainly short-term memory issues. I didn't really have too many issues with long-term. But I would be very, very forgetful because my mind was somewhere else. So obviously I didn't have good concentration. My focus wasn't very good. It was very, very scary because I thought I was losing my mind. I'm going to the doctors all the time. They're telling me that nothing is wrong with me, but I'm feeling all these different physical symptoms, and now I'm dealing with the mental ones as well. I thought I was about to lose it. So brain fog, it can kind of creep in the longer that you have anxiety, but often, like fog, it takes a while to burn off. So it was one of the longest lasting anxiety symptoms that I had into my recovery, actually. So just be patient with that one. If you're working hard, it will subside, and you are not going crazy. Number 9 is ringing ears, which is otherwise known as tinnitus. Many different ways of describing this: ringing, humming, whooshing. It's usually due to pressure changes in the ear. And anxiety can also affect the inner ear, but I would get this out of nowhere. If you've ever played Call of Duty, if you throw like a flashbang and you hear that little ringing at the end, like doo, that is something that I would hear multiple times a day. Of course, it scared the crap out of me. I would go Google and see that it's associated with all these other things, and then my mind wanders, so it didn't help at all. but ringing ears is very common with anxiety, but it's very bizarre, it's very weird, but I would deal with that on the daily. And last but not least is twitching caused by muscle tension, and you'll find that muscle tension actually causes most anxiety symptoms, it seems, spasms, cramping, but the twitching is also something that, you know, muscle tension, which leads to your muscles being fatigued and tired and weak, they will start to twitch. And I would get this everywhere. Now, the ones that happen on my face are super embarrassing, super annoying. I would get it in my eyes in particular, just constant, just twitching. I would get it in I'd get it everywhere, guys. Legs, arms, my stomach would twitch. I would get it everywhere. And of course, I would do a lot of research again. You see the common theme. I'm doing all this extra research, like Googling my symptoms, even after being told that I'm healthy. And, you know, Dr. Google was telling me now that I have ALS or MS or something like that. I know many of you have those fears, but anxiety can definitely cause twitching. And for some of you, it can cause 24/7 twitching. So guys, those are the 10 most bizarre anxiety symptoms that I dealt with. You know, this is just my opinion. If I left anything out, you know, maybe there's something that's very bizarre to you that I didn't mention, be sure to share that below in the comment section. That's what it's there for. And guys, remember, the description is packed with other resources, the free online therapy link, the email to reach out to me for coaching. My social media is down there, guys. A lot of exciting videos coming up and a lot of exciting things are coming up, and I'm excited to share them with you. So I'm gonna be doing a lot more videos. I'm gonna have a few free things coming out, some ebooks and some templates that I wanna share with you guys. So there's a lot coming up. So be sure to join all the social media, the Facebook groups down below. Remember, like this video if you got value, leave a comment. Also, hit subscribe if you're new here to the family, to the channel, to the videos. Be a part of this community. It's a great community to be in. And hit the notification bell so you get updates when I put these videos out. I love you guys. Until next time, keep fighting.